Yo, we are back. Yes, I gotta cue the Eminem. Guess who's back? Back again. Tay is back. Tell a friend. You know that's who they really here for. They're not here for us. They're here for Tay.
I think so.
Nah, they're here for Zane, man.
Nah, they definitely here for Tay.
They're here for my man Zane.
They're like, oh, Zane Samuels, here he goes, back at it again. Oh man, I have so many things to talk about.
He's like, I have so much shit.
So much stuff to talk about. But shout out to us for coming back. Also, shout out to Therapy Without a Degree with the TV series that just had a private screening.
Word.
It's not out yet, but people loved it.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that, man. And so, what up, Tay? What you doing, man?
Man, nothing. Just enjoying the holidays. Trying to, at least.
Oh, you survived? You didn't get a turbo, man?
Man.
Because I remember last time you were hunting. I see it's been a year, so around that time it was around like I think Christmas.
Yeah, we went in December.
Yeah. So
yeah, you guys came in December.
Yeah, and then you were looking for like a gift, and I was like, oh, sounds like a Turbo Man gift.
Man, I did not go through any of that this year. I actually chilled this year.
That's perfect.
This was like the most chill. Like Thanksgiving, chilled. To Christmas, chilled. Like it was actually real chill this year. So I'm loving it. I like it this way. Actually, I feel like I'm really getting old now, though. It's like one of them, you know how they say just another day.
I felt my whole soul get older when you said that.
When you said that, exactly. Yo, I've been feeling like that for about 4 years now, so I'm really getting old out here.
Yeah, once I feel like Instagram is starting to look more and more like I just feel like, damn, should I be here? Like, should I be here? I feel like it's getting to that point.
But I actually deactivated my Instagram account for like 2 days.
Yeah, you be off social media.
First of all, when did you get back? You're talking about that yet?
Yeah, he's never on. It's just me.
That's right.
I'm the only one that's on his account.
Like, I really don't like. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna deactivate it. But then I thought about it. I said, Joe, I know Joe's gonna hit me.
Joe's definitely gonna be like, sir, what are we doing?
What's going on over here?
Be like, yo.
Let me go ahead and bring this back online. But yeah, I'm never on there. I think I just posted some of my story like 3-4 days ago, right before Christmas.
He's pulling the Zane.
That was
I be on, but I be posting like once a month.
Nah, then he'll his one post though is usually like 3 posts. Like you'll just post like 3 at a time real quick.
Bundle up now.
And then just dip.
I'm not trying to starve anybody now anymore. I just like let me just give everybody a bundle and then let me just take vacation real quick and then just recycle. Just give me like a little, just throw my gallery out there and just disappear.
Man, I need like 2 hours a day just for social media. That's how long it takes me to be posting on all these damn fucking accounts.
Yeah, that sounds about right because you have a lot of accounts.
It takes me like almost 2 hours, yo.
Gotta write something meaningful.
Yeah,
copywriting. That's what you do.
Pretty much, right? But we back, man. We back after a 4-month break.
That was 4 months. 4 months.
4-month break.
4 months.
Yeah, 4 months, maybe like 3.5, something around there. This is the longest break in Therapy Without a Degree history. We never ever took a break like that. I think we took like a week off, 2 weeks off at most. I think 2 weeks off is usually probably the most that we ever really took off. And I'm talking about from the beginning, like since 2016. So that's wild. You know what I'm saying? To go like that many episodes since 2016 and not take that time off. I had people hitting me. I had people stopping me like, yo, what's up? Where's the pod at? Right? This guy was like, yo, when we coming back?
Yeah, how can I be late if we're not back?
Where's the gunshots? This motherfucker.
How can I not show up if we're not back? It doesn't work. It didn't feel right.
This motherfucker. It's like, yo, you always late.
Oh my God.
But nah, man, we we took the time off. At first, I needed this shit, man. I was having a rough like week or so with my mental health. And I was like, you guys, we all catch it, we all go through it, and then we kind of catch ourselves. And I was like, damn, like I can't, like I kind of didn't see myself. Like I've obviously have, emotions and shit like that all throughout the year. But that time, I ain't gonna lie, I was like fucked up for a second. I was like, my perspective wasn't, on the flip side as often as it should have been throughout that little season. So I was like, nah, like I can't come on here and like, I just can't. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have felt right. I didn't even feel right having fucking conversations like with my friends and with anything. Cause I just felt like it was just either going to be negative. I just felt like it was going to be just out of pocket. You know what I mean? Like, does that make any sense?
Yeah, I avoid talking to certain people if I'm in a mindset, because then I feel like I'm gonna snap. So I was like, let me avoid this altogether and not. I mean, you don't want to do it to the point where you're just avoiding. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tackle the problem eventually, just like a temporary thing. Because I have my moments where I just like scream in my car.
Word.
Like that's like a real thing. And it'll be random too. It could just be like nothing happened. I just scream in my car.
Yeah. And it's just like that's all you could do at that moment.
Right.
Even though it's not healthy.
Right.
Like, you probably should be doing something else, but it's just like, nah, like that you're at that point where that's what you're doing.
Right. And it's like a temporary relief of just like, whoo, and then that's it. Because especially when you're like frustrated, like who the fuck am I gonna talk to? And then when you think about it, like, they're gonna fucking shame me, like, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna give me an eye, like, fucking, I came here to release. For you could be like an emotional source for me, and then you just like kind of make the whole thing go sour. I don't know.
Tell you you kind of, do you know what I mean by that too? Like, where you get to a point where like your perspective should be one way, but you're just so out of the funk that you're just still feeling that way. So you're like, nah, I just need to like remove myself from a situation, like from a surrounding of people or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that's actually why I've been staying out of the way like a lot lately. When it comes to a lot of people, like for real, I just been like kind of doing my own thing. So like, I felt like energy was off, vibes was wrong, and like I've noticed like I stayed in that area or in that space for a long time, and I knew the energy was off, and I knew the energy was bad, but I just stayed there. And then after a while, it was just like, you know what, fuck this. And that's when I really like disconnected from like social media and shit like that. Cause I did a lot of self-healing, a whole lot of like a self journey, I guess, in a sense. And, put my perspective in got myself on a different perspective on life. That's a better way to put it. And yeah, I mean, I'm still on the journey, but a lot better. I would say a lot better than I was before.
Word, bro.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had that journey of just like release, I
Yeah.
feel like a sense of resolve.
Yeah, most definitely.
I agree, man. I had to do the same thing, because it's like, we're all fucking human and we all go through it at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what, even though we all on here trying to help others and do our own thing. But sometimes, we go through it as well, too. And we're all very transparent about that, of us going through it and having our moments and things. And, for me, I was just at that point. I was like, I had to hit y'all and say, nah, like, I just can't do it, like, I just need, they always say like, all right, well, you got to like, quote unquote, fix yourself before you can fix anybody else. I don't really 1,000% agree with that, like to 100%. Like, I've never been that guy to say you have to wait until you're however, because you're always going to chase this perfect idea, this perfect person, or this perfect thing. Like, I got to be like, you have to be the perfect photographer for you to then teach somebody else. Nah, because what qualifies you as quote unquote perfect? You know what I'm saying? So like,
or just high caliber, like not even just perfect. I guess if you don't have like a particular degree, you're I guess your credibility is not at the same level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's a lot of that going on where you'd be like, you explain the situation, and it's like, how can you know you're not a blank?
Yeah, and it's like, wait,
like,
what?
You know
like
what I'm
I
saying?
still, yeah, like you still can add value in things. So like I don't even want to use that, but it was a little similar to it. I was like, damn, like if I'm not good, like I was just feeling so abnormal at the moment. I was like, nah, like I just got to get my thoughts and shit together. Just got to go through, certain things and just kind of like, it was just a random step. So, we got through it. And then also, we needed the time too. It was, all happens for a reason, because this guy needed a lot of time to sit down and like restructure the show, not restructure, like, finalize the therapy, the web series that we were doing, because, we're both really, really busy too. So at the end of the day, we needed those days to, okay, you know what, we're not going to do, like we were still meeting up, just because we weren't doing a podcast, we were still linking up and doing the shows, because that was a few days that it took us to really finish that up and to wrap that up. And we had the premiere December 11th or 10th, when I think it was the 10th.
Which was amazing. It was so many people there, packed house. We really did a great job, and people loved it. Like, that was, at the end of the day, that's as long as they enjoyed it, that was it.
Yeah.
And we got that. We did it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Made that shit
good
happen.
Shit, man. I seen my little sneak peeks of it. Yeah.
Oh, you sent the link?
I think I sent you them, right? Did I send them all to you, Ty?
Yeah.
Cool.
You said it was 2 of them, right?
3. I don't know which. I'm gonna check back.
You haven't sent me the 3rd one. I seen the first 2.
Okay. And then once they're out, I feel like we'll definitely like go do full episodes on each one of them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the official release date is January 21st.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So maybe after.
Are you releasing a 10-minute teaser?
No. Like I'm saying, like on the pod, like we'll discuss.
Oh,
like, you know what I'm saying?
after
like,
it's out.
Yeah, after it's out, like we
can,
can, because obviously there'll be spoilers and shit.
Right.
Spoiler alert. Like we'll dig into those topics and things, because there's a lot jam packed in there.
Right.
But yeah, man. Again, just like he said, thank you to everyone that came out to that supported the mission, that worked with us on that project. Like it was a major, major project, and it took a lot of people. Like half that place was all crew.
Right.
Like a lot of it was crew and people that just supported the mission and people that helped with locations and everything. And
I also want to apologize for the people while I was setting up that I wasn't able to talk to them, because I was completely in mission mode of making sure that people were able to watch the movie. Like,
Yeah.
So I was so focused on that. Like, I apologize for those that I haven't said hi to, because some people showed up and they were there, and then I was so all over the place, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, me too. It was just, we were running around, and even though we did have a lot of help, I will say this event was really, really, it came together, thank God from like, Val spoke up, and Val was like, yo, like, you need help for this event. She's like, say something. Say it. Well, she said it a lot more crazier than that. No offense to you, Val. She's like, you need help. Fucking ask for it.
Yeah, for you, Joe, sometimes you gotta be taken into the ring. It's like a few rounds for you to like get it. Like it'd be like, yo, if I beat you in 3 rounds, Joe, then you're gonna have to. I'm helping you. But if you beat me in 3 rounds, then I'll leave you be. And that's usually how it is.
Nah, because the way I've always been with help in general is, like I just want you to be able to do it on your own. Like I feel like I shouldn't have to ask. I know we all going through shit. We all have our own bullshit going on. We all have our own jobs and money and all this other stuff. So it's like I feel like if you genuinely want to help, you're gonna help. Like and actually do actions. Like I'm beyond suggestions. Like people throw you suggestions all day. Hey, you should do this. You could do that. You could do this.
Yeah.
I'm beyond suggestions. If you want to help me is actually you doing it or paying for it to be done, not just telling me. Because it's like, no offense, I'm pretty creative. And I think outside the box. I probably made a thought of your idea. No offense. You know what I'm saying? And like, I know I sound like a dick.
That sounds
like a dick. I know. But it's like, it's the fucking truth, man. And I'm going all out now in 2022. I probably thought of your idea already. I need you to just do it.
So you just want people to just like willingly just.
Yeah, if you want to add some type of value, add the value. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just passing an idea to me, like, that's cool, but I only got 2 fucking hands. I can only do so much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, shout out to the people that, you know, really did that, and they just did it. Like, I didn't have to ask. Yo, Cash fucking spent like $600 worth of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she spent mad money just putting that thing together, like buying the red carpet and different snacks and all these different things. I didn't have to ask her. She just did it because she genuinely wanted to add value. And I thought that was like so super fucking dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put sweat and fucking tears literally into that last minute of just making sure that shit was like exported. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have been like, fuck
Tay,
it.
you don't even understand the level of, like, you ever been to a wedding?
Yes.
All right. So it's like being at a wedding, but you're the groom. And you're stuck in traffic. And the wedding starts in 30 minutes and you're 2 hours away.
That was like this guy.
Wow.
That's how I felt.
Just say what happened, man.
Nah, man, fucking Adobe, you could suck my dick. You could bleep that out, Joe.
Nah,
but like,
nah,
because this happens way too often, and a lot of creatives are going through the same shit, but they're not able to say what I just said right now. I pay you motherfuckers about $30 goddamn dollars a month, and you gonna do me dirty like that? Are you serious? So the program itself was saying all types of codes. It would either I'll start the project and it would shut the whole thing down. The whole program just exit out. The second time I go in there, I'm about to export it. It was like, it'll just freeze. And then I try to bring it to like another program, which kind of concentrates like whatever your program is. And then you could export it somewhere else without it affecting what you're working on. And that was crashing. Mm-hmm. So I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? Oh, this font is not found or blah, blah, this, that. It was just a lot of shit that wasn't happening prior to me working on it. It was like Murphy's Law on crack at this
And this
point.
was at like 8 p.m. and the event started at 8 p.m.
No. This was 7 o'clock, which I thought things were doing better. And by 8 o'clock, it was just like, it was chaos. I was like, Joe, you're going to have to... Yeah, delay. But actually, it came to a point I hit up Joe. I'm like, I can't get episode 2 or 3. He's like, what? Are you serious right now? Oh, man, we're going to have to issue out a big-ass apology. Like, yeah, I know. It's like, hold on, let me figure this out. And meanwhile, I'm giving my computer the looks of the devil at this point just to figure, like, things out. And I was able to do it by the grace of God. Actually, this is what happened. So I was playing some gospel music on my phone, and all of a sudden, those problems did not come back again, and I was able to export the episode. I don't know what kind of demons were in my room, but them motherfuckers were out. And I left my phone there. I walked my dog. I came back. Everything was Gucci.
Yo, you need to be playing that music all day, every day.
Absolutely. That's on my phone right now. Shit. Anytime I feel a little weird in the area, play that song. Let's see around, see what the fuck's going on.
Shit,
That's
man.
it. I thank God that was able to work out.
Yep, that happened.
Oh,
shit, Sarah helped out big time. Fucking one of the vendors, yo, shout out to him, man. I'll tag him somewhere, but yo, he was a real one. He came early, he set up. Yo, he was just, and then I had to leave real quick, come back, and this dude's blowing up balloons. I'm like, yo, you were the man. Like, he saved the day. Yo, this dude blew up like 100 and something balloons. I'm just like, yo, you were a real
pop
one.
at the end of the night, but I don't even know who he is, but thank him.
Nah, yo, he was a real, he sat there for like an hour blowing up and taping up those balloons because we were only able to do so much the night before, you know? Jackie too. Yeah, I don't know what that is. They heard gospel music and they started going crazy.
Shit, I'm about to play that shit now. Keep it up.
But Jackie came through too the day before, ran tolls and everything just to come through and help us.
Oh man,
got violations out. I'm telling you, people did their thing to really make sure that this thing could happen. So shout out to y'all. And that's what we were really doing during the break. You know what I mean? We were doing a lot of other things here and there, but you know, it was thankful that we had that break to be able to make sure that you know, the series was done correctly. And January 21st, y'all will be able to see it on streaming networks. We will release the actual official ones very soon. Hopefully we get a trailer out for you guys soon as well too. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I got some topics if y'all y'all down. I know y'all haven't dissected anything in a while, even though we have it in like our group chats. You know, we talking mad shit in our group chats. Every once in a while, we get Tay to pop in. Tay's like, yo, he's not on social media so much. We don't even get him no more in the group chats.
We used to get him more in the group chats.
You're gonna make me pop up down there again, bro.
Man,
We gotta have to visit.
Like, when I say I really be like, every now and then I hop on social media and I see you and Zane's story. Then I'm off.
That's it.
That's it. That's all you need. That's it. Just a whole much bullshit on.
Like then I'm off. Then like every now and then, like as far as like Facebook, I don't even have the app on my phone anymore.
Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook. I don't think Facebook's actually been deactivated for like 2 months. Jeez. I just have Messenger.
I was wondering if you even had Messenger for a while.
Yeah, I was wondering that. I was just like, is he getting our messages?
I have Messenger, but the notifications is off. And Instagram.
Yeah, this guy he sends way too many memes for the notifications to be on. So I feel you. Yo, this guy is the meme-aholic.
No, I'm a meme dealer, man. Put some respect on that. I'm a meme cartel at this. I'm a meme cartel.
Man, I be just chilling out the way. Like social media, I be all the way out the way.
How do you feel though?
I don't know. I feel good, actually, because I'm focused more on like everything that's going on around me, more so than my social media. Because normally I would spend a lot of time on there,
right?
But now it's like I'm doing other things. I'm out and about, reading a lot more, just getting out of the house, really. Because at one point, I mean, it was just like I just got trapped off in this little world, and I didn't like it after a while. It was like, okay.
It was like the metaverse.
Like I'm, in a sense, yeah.
Right.
50 Shades of Tay.
Like, That's next. Assume.
Joe got a sneak peek of that.
Oh, you got a whole shoot.
Pause.
You got
Pause.
I bet you won't bleep that, motherfucker.
I won't leak it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. Like, cause I'm an introvert, so like I'm normally like at the crib and not really out doing much. But then it's like I get out, but it's like I'm not like out buying shit. I'm more so just out just to kind of get out of the house in general.
What was that spot you took us to before? That it was like a burger spot. And it was like,
spot?
And everybody was out there online.
It was the first one we went to, the outside joint.
Oh, Cookout.
The Cookout, man, that shit was lit. That was.
You know what's crazy? I haven't been back there since that day.
What?
See, we got to go back.
That's a year.
I haven't been to Cookout in yes.
A year. It's been a year since it's been.
Yeah, we got to go back.
I have not been. No, wait, take that back. I went in February once, and that was the last time. So since February, I haven't been.
Damn. Yeah, we gotta go back, man. I miss Waffle House.
I missed the Crackle. Those are Crackle Box?
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. Yeah, yo, man.
Me and Tay did that and Waffle House the last time I saw him.
Fucking you guys.
That's our spot, man.
You went to that other plate with the meat?
No. Because
City Barbecue.
Oh man.
With the mac and cheese.
Oh man. I'm just gonna go with a fucking suitcase of Imodium, and I'm just.
You know what's crazy? I was just watching the episode when we was talking about the mac and cheese. When you guys was down here, I was just watching that episode the other day, and I was like, "Why is it every time me and Zane talk about something, it's always about food?"
I don't know where we got there. I was like, "Wait a minute, why are we talking about food?" Because the food down there is fucking real. Not to say it's fake over here, but it's like real. Like I feel like it's like. That shit tastes different.
Yeah, that shit was different.
That was different,
bro.
Man.
Me and Tay linked up right around when we first started taking that break. When it was like August, we were having fucking Waffle House right in the fucking trunk of his car.
That man, it's just different.
4 a.m. Yo, Tay's a real one, man. Shut up.
They open at 4 a.m.
Nah, yeah, they open 24 hours, right?
What?
Yeah.
Yo,
24/7, bro.
Tay's a real one, man. Shout out to him because I was in Myrtle Beach and I was like, yo, I'm not going back unless I see Tay. Like, I'm just not. Like, I would have just pulled up in Durham and just waited. I mean, I was like not going to pass through Durham and just not see Tay.
Yeah, you had to go through where Tay is.
Yeah, I had to. Like, so I told him, I was like, bro, I don't care. I know it's late. We got to link up. So he a real one, bro. He met up with me like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, bro. I was
and we chilled out there till like 6, 5. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm staying now. So I got a fucking hotel. And then we went to Cracker Barrel in the morning.
Yep. The very next morning, I was like, Joe, I was like, look, let me know when you up. You gonna find a spot to eat.
That's fucking
And we
dope as
linked
hell.
up.
That
Yeah.
that reminds me of like when you would like hit up your friends and go to a diner for no just
For no
that was like
reason.
that was in the early college days where you just like I feel like I don't know, did we lose that? Like just late night, like a whole bunch of y'all just going to diners and shit.
Shit, college days. We did that when we were like 17, 16. Like,
That
mad
shit was
young.
fun, man. You got to fucking just talk about shit that you were going to do, but you didn't do, but you were going to do it eventually. You know, shit like that is fun.
Man. So, all right, this is what I did want to bring up. And kind of we tapped into it a little bit already, but like, so I put being open about your mental health, but still needing to maintain work relationships and having that affect how people see you and their ability to trust, your ability to function. And I put that because, I put the video up, obviously, that we were taking the break from the podcast. And in the caption, I was pretty upfront with saying like, yo, not feeling it. I'll talk to y'all later. You know what I'm saying? Like I was very upfront. Even in the video, I forget exactly how I said it, but I'm never gonna be the one to fucking front on here. Like what was I gonna say? Yeah, we're taking a break. Like I'm not gonna lie. I'm just not that guy. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not gonna be maybe 100% transparent, obviously, to all my business, but I'll let y'all know, like, nah, like shit ain't whatever. Like, and it was also shit that we all had to focus on, you know what I mean? And rebrand and be like, all right, now we're gonna, switch this up a little bit with the podcast and this and that. But the main at the end of the thing was it was like a mental health thing. And when I did that, I fucking realized, I was like, shit, okay, you're putting it out there, right? But then I quickly was like, fuck. Like I didn't regret it. But in my moment, I'm like, damn, like, okay, now I got people that, come to me for business. And they're like kind of looking at me, not away, but you feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like you feeling it being like, oh, well, can now you still work or can now you still do this? You know what I'm saying? Like how
Are
do
you
you
saying that because you are not doing the podcast for that, like for
reason,
that break, right?
Or just that reason.
That
saying
reason. And then because you're working a lot and then the people that work with you or, contracted work, they're like, oh, because now you're freed up, that means you could do more of work for me.
No, not that. Like almost them thinking you might not be able to. Like, so for example, let's just say you are a photographer and you do monthly photography for Marriott.
Right.
Right. And then you publicly put out a video saying from Zane Studios, hey, Zane Studios, I Am Zane Magazine is going to take a break because I'm going through it. My mental health is fucked up. I got to get myself right. Then Marriott says, you know what? Maybe come back to work in about 6 months. You're not doing too good. You just said you weren't doing too good.
Because they're not going to pay you.
Exactly. Because they think that now your mental health is going to fuck with your ability to work.
But that's, you know what it is? That's a catch-22. Because how do you hold a company liable if they're not going to, like, see, like, it's not like, if it was a paid leave, that'd be different with a little bit of pay.
Yeah. But it's not going to.
But it's not going to be like that. So I feel like if they don't acknowledge it and say, you know what, take off, then, you know what I'm saying? Then they're wrong. But if they keep you there, they're wrong for ignoring your mental health. So it's like, which is it? I feel like there's no the answer to that would be you could take half pay and take a break. I think that would be an appropriate response. But
what if you don't want to take a break?
What do you mean, like you're just not coming back?
No, like you want to just still continue working there.
Then you just work there.
Yeah.
But people do that, but you're ready to do that. But some people really just need
the break. Exactly.
Need a break.
But what I'm saying is when you want to continue, now they're looking at you funny.
Oh yeah, I have that. I had that before.
Now they are looking at you saying, if your work is a little off or something like that, they're gonna be
he's going through it.
He's going through it. Or whatever. Or damn, now should I renew his contract now?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't know if I want to hire him. I don't know, but I don't know, might be going through it when my wedding comes, so I might have to end it or something like that. I had a client do that before where I had a barbecue and this motherfucker wants to hit me up and saying like, oh, is my work done? Or like just questioning me in terms of what I'm doing with my funds. I'm like, dude, I just went out to get food.
Yeah.
At a barbecue and I posted like, I'm gonna making food for a barbecue. and then because I put that out publicly, all of a sudden it was just like a problem. Like,
word.
Why are you in my DMs? Like, this, that, and the third. Just a whole bunch of BS. I'm like, and that's why I don't add usually people like work. I keep that separate from personal.
From your personal shit.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Because sometimes people will really fucking act away. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have a client pay you, and then in 2 days you're going out to eat. But maybe you're going out to eat for a fucking holiday party.
And you can't even post
or
it,
for
Joe.
something else. But you can't post it because then they're gonna think that the money they paid you is going to that, and then they're gonna look at you away and fucking judge you. And it's like, nah, I told you, 2022, we going all out.
Oh shit!
But it's real shit.
Right.
Because I promise, if those who don't think that shit is real,
It really happens.
get paid by a client and post you going out with a lavish dinner. Post a lobster fucking dinner literally the next day or the day of. That's your challenge. And then tell me if that client don't hit you up, or when you see him again, they gotta act funny.
They're gonna be like,
I
yo,
promise you.
where's my pictures, yo? my picture's not done, but you out here eating lobster.
Once that direct deposit
Right.
hits and you go out to eat and you post that shit, you let me know. You let me know how that goes for you. Oh,
But-
shit.
Tay, have you ever felt like nervous about that? Have you ever been like wanting to maybe be, open about maybe a situation with like your mental health or whatever, but you being like, nah, let me not, because maybe it's gonna affect me in another way?
Before, yeah. At one point, I was like real, like I would have like certain people that knew about what was going on, but not really like everybody. When it came to like bipolar and shit like that. But then, like after a while, I was like, you know what? Like you're gonna accept me for like I want people to see me for who I am, and accept me for what I am. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm gonna be real about it and be open about it. And I think that's when I became more vocal when it came to my situation and shit like that, because I felt like to me it broke the ice a little bit. Because I mean, sometimes you get those people that don't really understand like mental health and shit like that. Mental illness, they like look at you weird and want to be weird about it. Which, I mean, there are people like that, but then you got the other people that actually like they may not have a mental issue, but they would understand it. They try to understand it. So I mean, I put it out there, and then I go from there, and I feed off the energy once it's out there. But like I think I've had like there's certain circles to where I can be more open than others. Like when it comes to like publicly, like social media, I would say it a little bit, but they don't really know. I think some people like they read in between the lines. You can kind of figure it out, but like I'm not very direct about it. But I mean, and when it came to, I know what was they saying? Post like a lavish dinner after getting stuff from a client, after getting paid from a client. Like, for example, like when I had a gym, shit like that. That's how they were. Like when I had got my car, and I've got people at the gym, they looking at me like
They're looking at yo, where's my abs at, man? I don't got no abs. And you got a fucking Maserati. What the fuck?
Like what's going on? I'm like, so like that's when I think
sorry, y'all. I told you, I'm turning over.
My man's gonna pull up. I talk about food. My man,
fam, you got a Maserati. You better ship me to DR to go get the fucking surgery.
At this point, man, you better be doing surgery.
You better be fuck Dr. Miami, Dr. Gaines, all right?
Dr. Gaines.
Look, I wouldn't even.
Oh shit!
About that. I wasn't even talking about that one because actually I got that when I stopped doing the gym.
Right.
When I was at
worse.
the gym,
right.
I got
he cashed out. He said, "Okay."
He's like, "Fuck y'all games. Right? We're getting this Maserati."
I sold the company. I'm out.
But I was like, when I first got the BMW, that was like a present to myself because it was like finally like an accomplishment, reasonable accomplishment. Other one I always tell everybody, like the other car was impulse. It was like an impulse buy. Like one day I woke up, was like, I want a car. Like a week later, I called my mom, was like, yo, I got a Maserati. She was like, why? And I'm like, I don't know. I just wanted one. So
yeah.
But
sometimes you just gotta fucking do it.
Was talking to Tay in the morning, like, yo, what's up, bro? He's like, not much, man. Going to Cracker Barrel. I'll get some breakfast. All right, bro. Enjoy your day. And like 7 p.m. hits. I get a picture. He's like, what's up, bro? Just got a new car. Oh,
It
like,
was like that.
what happened, man? Like I thought we were just
that
a cracker.
escalated so quick. There was like no build up, no warning.
It was really like that. It was like, because everybody, man, that shit was funny because like my dad, nobody knew. Only person that really knew
You didn't even know.
was my mom. I didn't even know.
Like,
I really didn't even know. Like my mom was like the only person that had like somebody else gonna get a car eventually. Like I kept saying, I want a car, but she was like, her being mom, like, do you really need to get another one? Blah blah blah. Then I got one next, and I called my pops, like, yo, where you at? Like, I'm at grandma's house. So I was something. I'm about to pull up. It didn't just happen like that. But like,
fuck it.
But people like when it came to that though, I didn't like being judged for it though. I didn't like people look at you differently. You get like a different type of attention, I feel like. And that's not really the attention. Like I did it for me because it was like something that I wanted to do. And like I said, it was impulse. But like the attention you get, people think you're a certain way or think you live in a certain lifestyle. And actuality, like you're really not living this crazy, like extravagant lifestyle. So like I think like I spent like a lot of time like grounding myself, and humbling myself, just because it was like I feel that, the lifestyle that I want, that I used to be like really extravagant and shit like that. But now it's like I don't really care for like the extravagant lifestyle really anymore. I'm more so focused on like having land and just having my own space, because I am an introvert. So it's like have a nice decent sized house and some land. I'm straight. Like I don't have no neighbors. I got a fence. May have a horse or two, but it's like shit like that. Living off your own land, it's like the lifestyle that I started wanting more and yearning for a lot more than like a big ass house and a bunch of cars and all this other shit. And I think that came with, like I say, time taken away from social media, because being on social media, you see like a lot of people got things that you would want, or things that like live a lifestyle that you probably want to live in the future, shit like that. And like when I took myself away from that, it's kind of like I said, grounded me. It allowed me to connect with more people, connect with my family more, build better relationships over the course of the time, and just learn. Like, and at the end of the day, I really learned a lot of studying, studying of myself, studying of the world, shit like that. So
Word. And I think also because, of course, age, you know what I'm saying? As you get older, like, yo, man, a few years could do a lot, bro. I listened to the podcast when I first started fucking therapy without a degree back in 2016, and I'm like listening to myself like, damn, shut the fuck up. Like sometimes some of the things, we change, you know what I'm saying? The things we want and shit changes over the years, you know what I mean? And also for you, like being around the people that you're around, sometimes too, even if you're around kids, they'll sometimes change your perspective without you even realizing it. Because you're gonna start to realize, like, damn, this shit ain't even about me. It's it's bigger or whatever, you know. So
yeah, you move differently.
Right.
You're not relying like solely on yourself. Like me with Ace, that's like my whole way about like moving. Like I literally sacrificed, because money was a major issue this season. I said I only had enough for the little man, and it's like I had to choose between me being hungry. I was like, I'd starve, and I just bought the food, and that was it. I said I didn't know how. I was like, you know what? It has to be got. Like I have to get the food regardless. Like there was no and I got the money within like an hour because I didn't want him to wait. I figured it out. I said, let me go do something real quick, and then boom, 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 and then I got the money, and then that was it. I got to do it, But like if it's like yourself, it's like it's way different, and like, especially when the older you get, the more you become a little more aware on how you not only just present yourself, but like what kind of energy are you delivering with your message.
Bars, yo. This guy is coming in.
Whoa! Yeah! Yeah, they hacked my account, by the way.
Your Pornhub account?
Yeah.
Shaking my damn head.
Yeah, they did. I had to make another one.
That's because they probably heard what we were talking about.
They probably did. I didn't give him my account name. Jesus, like what?
Yo, Tay, fuck it, and all of our listeners, right? We're just gonna make our own Pornhub. That's what we were thinking about.
That was it.
We were just like, yo, fuck it.
There was no.
There's Pornhub does not have any competition, so we're coming for y'all.
No, I was thinking about just making a movie. It didn't even have to be like strictly porn related. It was just gonna be a movie.
He's lying.
No, I'm so serious, so serious. And it was just gonna be a movie that was so, I guess, it had rated R elements to the point where it was so A that it needed to be on like it needs to be on Pornhub. But you could watch Pornhub for free. So I was like, if I just made a movie, who's looking for a movie on Pornhub if they just stumble across it? Like, you find, like, maybe the actors could be only fan actors and they'll be a little comfortable doing whatever scene. It'll be a legit movie with, like, a beginning, middle, and end.
Yo, I'm saying let's do it, man.
Like, you know, it'll be like Sex in the City, but just raw.
Straight up.
Man.
Straight up.
You got to shut this down.
They not ready.
You got to shut this down. I actually wrote a plot for it.
Yo.
I'm serious. I believe
it.
It's legit. It's an academy.
Maybe we'll get Tay to act.
Oh yeah, it's a porn. It's a porn academy. Like it's a school.
I gotta have my co-star. I gotta have my co-star with me though.
Let's do it.
I gotta make sure my co-star comes through with me.
Yo, 50 Shades of Tay. That's what we're gonna call it.
Nah, hold on, I got you right now. Like I was so serious. Y'all weren't even listening to me.
No. Let's see.
You weren't. It's a porn star academy. And it's like with college, like it's college graded, like it's obviously located in California. No surprise there. I did my research on that. It's legit learning.
Let me see.
Look, it's right here. I wrote this down. It's right here. You thought it was bullshit, you man?
No, this is.
I had this written down.
I figured you would.
Yeah, hold on.
A college that yo, that's.
I'm serious. No, I'm serious. You go to college, like so. You go there. You take notes. You perform in class. You create videos. Like if you're a content creator. You're learning how to do lighting because these are like important.
You may need to pause because this is a really good idea.
You pause on that. Pause on
I'm
that.
not gonna say no more.
No, because that's a really good idea because you actually really should do that. But is it legal though?
Yes,
it is. It's not illegal.
It's not. Well, so I'm gonna tell you this.
I don't care. I'm down.
No. It's because age you could, as long as you're of the age, like obviously you go to college when like 18 and over, like it's like facts. So it would be an 18 over, and if people have any speculations on it, it would be 21 and over.
Okay.
To attend the college.
Okay.
So if the problem is the 18 out of college, then you could do 21.
Good, yeah.
As soon as you're old enough to drink, apparently you're pretty much solid, right? So 21 is when you can enter into this school, right? And it's legit like you graduate.
But
like the professors are the only ones that can't do anything with the students. You could perform with your classmates, but you cannot perform with the professor through legality. And then you could so
like, yo, how do we get here?
So I have a whole list of things of how the curriculum runs. Like I literally have a curriculum, but it's pretty much circled with like the main character, and they're in this school.
What if you made a film about that first?
It could be a film.
Do it as a film.
It could be a film, and then it could branch
and then
into
it could be
a show.
Real thing, yeah.
Right? And then the shows would be put on. Give me the bag.
Yo, let's do it.
You come up with these amazing ideas when you're broke, Tay. I'll tell you that.
Yo,
I'll tell you that for real.
Shit.
When you're broke, you come up with amazing ideas.
I'll tell you the idea I have for my new series. I mean, we still pumping Therapy Without a Degree. Yo, people go donate. All right, therapywithoutadegree.com. You could donate. Hopefully we could do a second season. But I do have another web series that I'm creating. All right. And y'all not ready for that
shit.
one. All right. Y'all not ready for that one because that one's just going to be just straight.
Oh, we're going to put the thing on what we said we were going to put it on? I almost forgot. We never talked about that. Well, we're going to put it on. Like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay,
we'll talk about that after. But, all right, just to close out that topic, because I thought that was a really serious one. Like, when I actually really sat there and thought about it, like on some real shit, that I was like, damn, because this was a real some situation that I was really going through. I'm like, damn, like, okay, how am I going to be open up now about my mental health? But now I feel like it's going to affect me. Like, I was deadass kind of like walking into places that like I have clients with and being like, damn, like, are you going to be looking at me some way now? You know what I'm saying?
I think with that, I think with that, that's when because you do have like a more of a social platform. You have like a really social platform, and a lot of people do see what's going on, see like you work with a lot of people, you have a lot of clients. I think with that, be open, but like there are some people where you have to cut off, like you have to cut off what you say to them, I guess, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Like you be open to a certain degree. Like you can say you're taking a break, they can know like, hey, you're taking a break or whatever, but from one thing, but not the exact reason why, because there are some people that'll judge, like I was saying before, like, oh, he's taking, he needs a little mental break from this. How is that going to affect my business? You know what I mean? How will my outcome of my business still be good? Will he still put in a good quality work with my business? So I think like that's when you just really pay attention to your circle and who you can be as transparent with versus when it comes to clients work. I mean, let's be real, we was like working a 9 to 5 job, we're not going to be as transparent with our boss. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to be super transparent with them. We're going to let them know something and give them a reason. We're not going to necessarily lie to them, but we know that when it comes to when it comes to business, people look at certain things differently than what we look at it.
Tay, you brought up a great point, which you said that you're not going to be transparent with your boss, but you actually have to be around your boss for you to be transparent, because them motherfuckers
Right.
be not there.
Be gone half the time.
They be gone. It's
Right.
usually the local shops that have the bosses always there at work, so
Exactly.
you'll be seeing them. But there'll be these jobs that
Hmm.
are like really big jobs. You don't get to see the boss. Imagine if Jeff Bezos made like you know what I'm saying, like showed up to work, like he had one central location, right? And he
Right.
would actually be walking around talking with people, being a leader
Hmm.
at that I guess like the main headquarters where there is shipping going on and whatnot. And he'll be able to see the errors. I'm like, damn, these conditions are a little weird. Or maybe he'll be in the break room having a conversation with them and hearing them out. Imagine how the infrastructure of like the employees would be, because once you branch out,
Yep.
like how he
Exactly.
builds that system there, then he'll make that for
Hmm.
every system, so that way someone can talk to their boss about the situation. Oh,
Mm.
this is going on, being more
Hmm.
transparent, which would make the company amazing, because he's more open to hear customers who pay for the products, their opinions,
Hmm.
and he makes sure that the customers are taken care of. But with the
Facts.
employees that actually make the fluid of the whole factory work well, if you're not listening to them, then it's not going to be as efficient as you think. You're going to always have customers complain because you're not
Correct.
listening to your employees.
Yeah.
Like when there's lack of maybe
So
security.
so you're basically saying you want to be transparent.
You should be able, if you're, it's like being in a relationship. Like that's why I feel like most people's relationship is kind of shit. Is because we pick
Hmm.
these shitty ass jobs, which translate to how's your relationship past that. Usually those
Hmm.
two correlate. If I have a good job, then I'm not, this is a generalization, of course, then there might be a great chance that I might have a good partner with me. If I have
Right.
a job that's respectable, obviously. Not like
Hmm.
a good job that pays well. Like a good job, like the boss is dope. You know what I'm saying? The pay is fair. People are able to express their opinions without feeling like they might get fired within the week.
Yeah.
Then
Great environment.
great environment. It's a healthy
Hmm.
environment, and then usually
Hmm.
you'll pick a person that exhibits the same as your job.
Yeah.
Facts.
So I guess it all comes down to like trust in the process, man, and like faith. And I think that's ultimately like at the end of the day what I was like kind of hoping for. Like when I was very open, I was like, yo, you know what? Gotta have that faith. That's gonna be all right. Because you easily could be open about that shit and then have one of your clients be like, you know what, deuces.
So you're saying have faith that if it happens, it happens. If it
If
doesn't.
yeah, if,
So
if,
you're
if
saying be transparent.
I do think so, because I don't know. It just doesn't.
Can you afford to be transparent? I feel like
Of course,
you
that's
can't
something-
even
yeah.
really say like, oh yeah, be
Yeah, no, you're
driven.
right.
Like if I had some wiggle money, like this is I'm gonna say some stuff from the heart piggy bank, just in case shit goes south and I get fired. Like you're gonna have to
you're
have
right.
one of those.
I ain't gonna lie. When I did it, I did not have any. I didn't have a backup,
It's scary, man.
but I did have to have that faith. What's up, Ted?
I'm gonna give you guys something because I'm gonna have to go in a second. But it's a book called The Alchemist.
I keep hearing that book.
It's a book called The Alchemist. I read it once, and I actually found it again today. And when I talked to Joe, that's what I was telling him. I was like, "Oh, check it out." It was a book I was checking out again. It's a long story short. I can kind of give a summary about it. It's about a kid who travels. He's looking for his true joy of life, his true meaning of life. And he runs across a couple people that teaches him the ways and things like that. And it's like it kind of goes with what Joe was talking about, like being transparent and how Zane was talking about like having a relationship that being in a relationship that exudes the good, healthy qualities as far as a job also. It's like one of them books. And it's a really good book. It's not a long read. I think it's probably like maybe like 150 pages.
You said The Alchemist?
Is it an Audible?
Yes. Yes, they do have an Audible.
You can go get yours for free at audibletrial.com/therapy without a degree. We actually just renewed our sponsorship. So, and this wasn't even a plug. This was some real shit. So yeah.
Some real shit. Really, really, really good book. That I suggest everybody to read. Actually, when I first read it, I actually found the book when I first read it. It was like a book that I happened to find when I was working one day, and it was like in the book donation box. And I saw it and I picked it up and I read like the first couple pages, liked it, and I think I read it in the reading like a day and a half or something like that, something crazy. But yeah, I had wanted to leave you guys with that because you guys was talking about like being transparent and also talking about, how if you feel like you should be transparent in your work and with the people that you work with. So I thought that was a kind of good time to plug that in. And yeah, go on Audible.
Hey, nah, man.
That's how we're gonna do it from now on. We're just gonna segue just real hard right into it.
Nah, that was dope, man. That's real shit, man. And yeah, man, I think just be transparent. That's just I felt like after being transparent with it, I felt good. Like I was still nervous and it did make me think of the topic because it's with many things. Like that's like you saying you're a drug addict or being open about anything. You being open about.
That's a tough one.
That's what I'm saying.
The moment you realize you are, how you can't really just, by the way, guys, I just discovered I'm a drug addict. What do you do with that information? But most people don't know how to respond to that because they're not used to that. So then they just like, I'm not dealing with that.
But that's when I say faith and trusting the process. You have to have faith in doing that shit. Like you have to have faith that the right people then are still going to stick around you. Like I already knew, like, if my clients deaded me, then whatever, they deaded me. But at the end of the day, like I actually think they might have even brought me closer with them. You know what I'm saying? Right. And like what I always say, and every single week of my life, I always be remembering this even more and more. All the shit we go through, it ain't about us. It ain't about us. Whatever you going through, whatever that was for me at the moment, it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. It's always bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's always, always bigger. So by you being transparent, you're helping so many more people than you ever fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Like we're kind of almost being selfish by, I think, holding it in. We're being selfish by saying, you know what? Nah, I'm not going to be open about it. Because some people, man, they can't get through it. Some people are not as strong as us. You know what I'm saying? Some people or whatever have all different levels of how transparent they want to be. So you being able to be open and just say that you're going through it as well too could help out so many other people, just to let them know that they're not alone in their situation and their adversity, and to show that you came through it. Like there could be someone that's listening to this podcast now that maybe was going through it and it's like, damn, okay, you know what? You overcame that. So guess what? I can overcome that. or any of us in all of our situations. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm always very transparent, because I know it ain't about me. I could easily say, hey, you know what? Because which is the truth. We got some rebranding to do. We got to get some shit together. We'll be back in January. We got to work on the show. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? That's real easy. Say we had the show. I could have easily used that as an excuse. But nah. Because that's just not, that don't sit right with me. You know what I'm saying? Because
You'd rather just tell people why, opposed to, I'm just going to tell you, this is the end result. I'm telling you just the end result.
Yeah,
I'm not going to tell you why I had to pause
is to be real.
get to that point.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it was a little bit of that. There's many different aspects to it.
Do you think that people may see that as fluff, so that's why they don't say it?
What do you mean?
Like fluff as in, like, all right, well, he's just saying stuff just to justify that he's just not doing it. Or maybe he's out of juice or something like that. Like
if they think that, they could think that, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like, come on, do you think I'm really gonna, like, some people say shit for, like, compassion and all that other shit, but it's like, come on, at the end of the day,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, you're right,
because your intent is just one person.
Exactly, but how they see your intent,
right? But there's multiple
another.
people that do the same thing that you do, but their
intent is different.
Their
exactly.
intent is way.
They're looking
different.
for more. Like,
right?
I get you, and there are those people.
So when they hear you, like, I hate, like, when I'm gonna bring up an example. For me, I do videos, right? So when someone, like, if I'm working with a music artist and then they tell me their whole story and we're talking about payment, right? And then all of a sudden they give me this whole story. I've heard that story so many times, but I still listen to it just in case, like, yeah, but I'm gonna still pay you though. I'm just waiting for that.
Yeah.
Even though it might not end up them saying, like, oh, I'm gonna pay you the full price, no problem, this, that, and third. I just wanted to share my story with you, and that was it. It's always a whole story before, and that's pretty much what I'm getting. But at. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Please explain your story, and instead of me saying, oh, here we go again.
But I think also, with this platform, it's a little different. It works a little different when it comes to this platform, like the podcast platform, because I feel like people listen and get to know the people that are talking. So I feel like when we're transparent with people or with our audience, it's a lot different because they want to, like, yeah, we're therapy, right, and agree, but we're showing that also, like, we're not perfect people either. Like, how can, like, for example, like, how can we help others? Like we were saying, like, I know it's a cliche saying, but how can we help others when we ourselves aren't in the best place? You know what I mean? So right. I feel like I think they'll be more appreciative of it because I feel like if we was doing it and we weren't ourselves in, like, a good place or whatever, like, it's like we're just putting out content, but we're putting out content just to put out content. Like it wouldn't be, to me, it wouldn't be like quality. Like it wouldn't be real. Would be good. Yeah. Like, yeah, it wouldn't be real. Like, yeah, it could be like bomb ass editing or whatever. But like it would, with the quality actually that's coming out of us, would be really good quality. Like, we could be talking about something that we're going through. We're trying to give other people, like, advice, shit like that on something, but we're going through it and don't even know how to handle it ourselves.
Or transparent enough to say what we're going through.
Exactly.
We demand transparency, but don't give it ourselves.
But don't display it. Exactly.
Right. Yep.
So I feel like that's one good thing about the whole podcast platform, because it allows you to be transparent, and people are more respectful of that, because there are people that listen that may be going through the same thing, may not talk about it to other people, but when they see, like, someone that's been through and found a way to heal or found a way to get through whatever it could be, like, they can use those tools themselves and kind of go on and better themselves. But I think, like, when it comes to certain businesses you can do it, but I think with the podcast, I think people actually enjoy that and actually are more so appreciative of it. Yeah. In my opinion with that.
Word, bro, you're right.
But but it was good talking with you guys, though. Before I go, I want to can I go ahead and give my shout out?
Word, let's go.
Can I go ahead and give my shout out? I want to give a shout out to my brothers. I didn't get to see you guys this year, but definitely we're gonna get up soon. It's good to actually see your faces.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really good to see your faces. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, and like I said, since I've been off social media, it's like I feel like the old man that has no idea what's going on going on in the outside
Oh,
world.
it's like me on TikTok. Like I don't even know what's going on here. Like I don't know what's going
Right.
on.
Right. I feel like the old man that has no idea what's going on in the outside world, but it's good to see you guys. And if I'm sure I'm going to talk to you guys before New Year's and definitely on New Year's, but I want to wish everybody Happy New Year. Everybody that's listening in, Happy New Year. And yeah, man, it feels great to be back.
Let's go. Yes,
Thank you,
happy
man.
New Year.
Appreciate you, man. We gonna have to link up like ASAP because
Yes, sir.
we supposed to see each other sooner. I was like a
Yes,
year. We
yes.
not doing that once a year, man. We gotta do a little more than that, man.
Yes, sir. We definitely do. We got to make something happen. I actually heard. So I don't know if it's true. Do you have to be vaccinated to fly into Newark? I heard
No.
that you have to
No.
be vaccinated to fly.
When did you hear about this?
It's been like a month. It's been like maybe 2 months ago. I heard that you have to be
it's
vaccinated
fluctuating.
in order to fly in and out.
Because what happened was there was gonna be a law that mandated when you heard it, where they were gonna make like anybody employees like it's gonna be mandated. If you weren't vaccinated at this point, you're out. So at this point, that would have opened the door to saying like if you want to fly out or whatever, you need to be vaccinated. But airlines would have lost too much money, and also the government wasn't gonna pay them they weren't gonna pay them. They weren't gonna pay.
We already know.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to know when you heard that, because I know it's not recent.
And I was just on a plane recently, so I went down to Florida, which actually that's what I'm getting into next. But yeah, and I wasn't. There wasn't asked or nothing.
All right, cool deal. Well, like I said, it was good talking, guys. Peace from me and Ralph over here.
Ralph, peace out, Ralph.
Peace out, bro.
I love you guys, man. And,
love you too, man.
Like I always say, be safe, man.
Love you too, bro. I'll text you later.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, be on your phone, man. Be on social media.
I got you, bro. I got you. All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Word. So, just to wrap this up, I know
you want me to say mine and then you want to finish it off?
Yeah. What you got? Yeah.
So it'll just the shout out.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to continue?
Right, but before we get to that, because I'm just gonna just do one thing, because it's gonna be a little longer on the shout out. Not long, but just because we can't wrap this episode up. But I was just saying, rest in peace to Walter.
That's all.
Yeah, but I want to dedicate the episode to him. Want to dedicate this episode to him, man. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Rest in peace to Walter Bauer. Walt passed away November 21st, I believe, November 22nd. And it's really, really rough, yo. It's crazy. It's still a shocker, so it's weird to even really talk about, It's crazy to say that Walt passed away. But rest in peace, man, to my brother. Anyone that's a fan of this podcast, or you've been listening to this podcast from the beginning, Walter. Walter was a host on here alongside myself from the beginning. He was on chapter 5 in the very, very beginning, chapter 5 all the way up until chapter 49. Walter, he heard I was doing the podcast. He was a supporter from the day one. From the second I even said I was going to do it, he was down, because Walter was just like that guy. He was always super, super supportive for anything that you did. And that was one of the best, it was crazy, amazing qualities of him. Like, he always had belief, And then when we were doing the first 2 episodes, third episode, the male host that I thought was going to be on wasn't on. So then he was like, yo, I'm down. I want to be in. Like, I would definitely want to do it. And at the time he was battling his own, things, his own mental health issues and stuff that we all go through. Just like we said, we all go through it all time to time. Sometimes it's worse and sometimes it's not. But he was dealing with his own stuff. And, he pretty much kind of always said to me in the beginning that he was like, he needed that. He needed to be able to come on a microphone and to talk to people and to give him that outlet. That was an outlet that he really, really wanted to have, to be able
The
to just
recording has stopped.
to help himself and to help others. Like, he was going through and he still wanted to sit here all the time and help y'all and talk to y'all and to have these discussions. And he loved it. You know, sometimes he missed episodes because he had to work. He was working 2 jobs at the time. But he loved therapy without a degree, man. And, you know, even when he left right after chapter 49. And that was not because he wanted to. You know, he left because he had to move. He moved down to Florida. And he was working on some things with himself, personal development, trying to switch it up, get himself into a different job, and just be with his family, be with his parents. And, you know, we obviously decided for him to not to continue to be on the podcast at the time because it's different, man. Like, we love Tay. We have Tay, you know, on in the video and the audio and stuff like that. But he was already in person. You know, he was in person every week. And it just didn't seem right, you know, to go and to just, you know, switch up and just to be on the audio only. And, you know, he had to, you know, work on things with himself as well, too. So, but through that whole process that he wasn't here with us, me and him would talk every day, texting back and forth all the time. And he would always even still listen. You know what I'm saying? He loved this guy being a part of it. You know, he was a big, like, yo, I'm with it. Like, Zane's for it. You know, Zane's like therapy without a degree. Like, he would rep the shirt, rep the hoodie still. He was all about it. And, you know, he would always talk about, like, damn, like, you know, he wished he was still up here for that. You know, that was one of his reasons. Obviously, you know, he had his family, his brothers and his friends, but he was like, damn, like, I really miss the podcast. You know, he said that was it was a real big thing to him. And, you know, beyond just the pod and the brand, Walter was a brother to me since we were like 10 years old. You know, like 10 years old, little kids running around being fucking badass kids in like fucking Louis and skipping school. He used to call to get me out of school and shit. You know, we just fucking stay in his house.
Got the plug.
Oh, hell yeah. I used to call for him. He would call for me. You know, that's how we would do it, you know. Shout out to you, Donna. Because Donna, when you were working UPS, we took a couple days off and we'd just be in the house, you know, and we did our thing. And yeah, man, Walter was family, man. Walter will always be family, you know. It's just no other way to explain it, you know. Was always really, really close with his brother, Mikey. Me and Mikey were always a lot more close in the beginning, and we're still very, very close, you know. But then it was, you know, Walter went to the military. He was a veteran. He went out, did 4 years in California, and he came back. And then over the years, as me and Walter got older, we started to get closer as we got older. And me and Mikey were closer when we were in the beginning. And then, you know, people get married, they have girlfriends and stuff, things change. And me and Walter started being a lot more closer. And, you know, it was just a crazy, amazing friendship. Brother that, you know, we can go sometimes weeks without texting. We can go times without seeing each other. But it was still always like pick up right back where you left off, you know. And there's always those friends and those people that, you know, you will call family and you'll have them as family. And you'll even see them as family. They'll be like your brother. But it was just something with the dynamic that I had with Walter and even, you know, his brother Mikey and our group of friends, you know, Jay Foss and John Wyman and Bobby and, you know, Rich and a lot of us. I think because of how long we all were cool and how little we were, like we grew up with each other. We had bad times, good times. Like we didn't just always have good times. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of bad times too. We had all those situations. So it's just very, very rare. And Walter was one of a kind. Walter was, you know, one of the best people I always knew. Like I said, he supported anything and everything. And beyond that, but that just alone just showed his character. You know, there was nothing. I would never hear him say to somebody, and this is all the people that he surrounded himself with. He was never able to just talk to somebody. Like you would never tell him in your idea or something you wanted to do, and Walter would never shut it down. Walter was like, all right, do that shit. You know what I mean? Like you want to do it, go do it. Like I know you're gonna do it. You know, he always shed so much love and light and all that shit into everybody, everyone that he dealt with. And it's crazy because now that he passed, I have so many people, reaching out to me that loved him, and so many people, so many friends of his that he touched in so many different ways. So it's just crazy. And we're obviously going to be having multiple conversations about Walter on this podcast forever. He's always going to be a major part of this brand. And there's only so much I could say here and now, but just know Walter was an amazing dude. Character like no other, man. He was a soldier, in and out. He had a heart of gold, and he was one of those people that he always made you feel better. Always. Like, no matter the situation, no matter what he was going through, no matter how bad his day was, he always made you feel better. To everybody. He always made you laugh, always made you smile, always made you feel that you were good enough. Always. Through it all. And even through the jokes, and even through the fun, and even through those big brother moments of him, and he would give the tough love, and through all that, he always made people feel better, And there's that quote that I like to live by, and it's by Maya Angelou, and it goes, people will forget what you said, people forget what you do, but people will never forget how you make them feel. And I'll never forget how Walter made me feel. And I don't think anyone who's ever been around Walter, even if you were around Walter for one fucking day, you will never forget how that man made you feel. And to the most smallest instances, even the guy at 7-Eleven. I told the guy at 7-Eleven that Walter passed, and he wanted to even break down in tears, because even the cashier, Walter made even the cashier at 7-Eleven feel fucking great. It didn't matter who he came up to. He would always give you lots of love and joy through everything. And yeah, man, love you, Walter. This episode is dedicated to you. And I think that's all I have for this episode. Zane, what you got? My bad, I'm over here choked up, but we had to get that out.
I was gonna let you finish it out, and I was gonna.
I could go on forever, man, about Walter, but
yeah, man. Shout out to Walter. Definitely much appreciated, and especially since the beginning of the podcast, kind of set the tone for that comedic, encouraging energy that he gave on the podcast. In terms of shout out, I want to shout out the cast and crew for Therapy Out of Degree, the show. If it wasn't for y'all, the show wouldn't have been possible, especially in terms of the amount of time that we put into like each episode, the days that we had, even through the coldest season, y'all stuck it through, and we made it happen. Y'all gave us the energy that was needed plus some. And shout out to the makeup team specifically. I want to say thank you, Cassandra, for just giving us more people to help out. Shout out to Pam for being like a dope ass PA. Shout out to the actors. We have Matt, we have Susan and Kit. Thank God for the actors in each episode. Y'all did an amazing job, and I appreciate the time that you gave us. And you trusted us to make you all look good on screen. So definitely just thank you. That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, man. They people put up with our shit for a while.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have it, but they respected us enough to give us the time, because there's time, you'll be, in this industry, people who believe in you, and let you and actually sit, they take a seat in your vision, and they ride it out to the end of that tunnel. And they're like, oh, wow, this is actually pretty nice over here. Because the reason why I bring in the tunnel's dark for a short amount of time. And then you're on the other side. It's like, wow, it's bright, it's beautiful. those people who took that ride, and then there's people who they opt out on taking the ride altogether, and I'm no shame to them. It's just that, you know, I appreciate those who just have that blind faith, you know, and took that chance. And you usually kind of map your building on that when you are in the industry. Like, people, you express your vision, and then they say, you know what, you know, this is what I can do for you. I could do gas, I could do food, you know, I could take care of your travel and food, and then just give you some video footage. You know, that's what I could do. And if you agree upon that, that's great. Should they be paid with money so they could pay their bills? Yes. Should they be paid for the amount of time that they work on that project? Yes. You know what I'm saying? And you always want to start at a base project to the point where when it's time and that money rolls in, y'all getting paid. But that, it's for you to not take that pay and to take the bare minimum. I fucking thank y'all with all my heart.
Yo, I triple that, man, because no one got paid for that shit. You know
what I'm saying? And there's a whole fucking movement about that shit.
Yep.
And y'all fucking said, nah, we believe in y'all. That's a whole different type of fucking faith, man.
Yep.
They believe you. I paid, not with just time. I paid in belief.
Hell yeah.
So at that point, we take that energy and we're gonna make that shit fly. Everyone who's part of that project will get taken care of. That's my word.
1,000%. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we're not gonna stop pushing this damn thing, and, you know, promoting it and showcasing all the amazing talent. And to even double down on that, yo, 95% of these people never even acted or did anything film related ever. There's only about good 5%.
Right. Everyone else is brand new. We had Jackie. Shout out to Jackie for booming. You know, she one day we trained her and then boom, she got it. You know.
And even with that, this is why I always say everything is so much bigger than us. Do you know, like, she's actually, like, really interested in maybe, like, learning to be a cinematographer?
I never knew that.
She's, like, really, bro, she, like, really loved what we were doing. And she's like, yo, like, it's depressing that we're not doing it no more. Like, on some real shit, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, she be sending me stuff with, like, female cinematographers. And I'm like, yo. And I've been talking to her. I was like, yo, let's do it. I was like, you know, rent a camera. Like, she didn't even know. And, like, I've been telling her, like, oh, I want to, you know, I've been sending her YouTube videos. And I even said, you know, maybe we should sit down with you. And, like, bro, she's really, you know, interested in this shit now. And it's like, a lot of times it's not about us. It's not about all that shit. It's about, yo, look, the people that inspire. Like, yo, what if she really continues to enjoy being a cinematographer?
And she fucking kills it and wins an Oscar. Could
have just been the birth of that, or even whatever, you know, however far she goes with it. But it's like, yo, the fact of that, if we didn't do that, it wouldn't have inspired her to change her life.
A lot of people. It's not even just
that's what I'm saying. That's just one example. Yeah,
it's just like some people just wanted to just sit in the ride of how the process goes without having to fully commit, so that it could be inspired. Like, this is like, instead of watching the video, you're actually on set experiencing it and be like, you know what? I think that's it for me. I think I want to do it. I want to do that.
Yeah.
That's what happened with me. Well, mine was, I got accidentally dragged into
infliction.
No, not even infliction. Just filming.
Oh.
So I had a former friend that I wanted to do video for behind the scenes, and then I ended up doing it. So I ended up taking pictures and doing video at the same time, last minute.
Was that before infliction or?
This is before infliction. So then I started doing more of it to the point where I'm like, yo, I love film altogether. So then that's when I reached out to her as a model, and she said, I said, what do you want to, like, do anything? Oh, I have a film. I'm actually just looking for somebody to help film it. I said, fuck it, I ain't never did a film before. Yeah. What's the best way to learn? Just throw yourself in the midst of it and learn. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like, in my eyes, it was like just throwing myself into a battlefield, grabbing a sword and just going at it. And then that was it. And I learned so much from it, and inspired me to do my own project. But it was only until I threw myself in there with blind faith that I was allowed. So shout out to Alexandria Pascucci.
Yeah. And without that, we probably wouldn't be talking about this series today. See how it works?
Right. If I didn't do film, it would just been pictures. We gonna have a picture movie?
I mean, we would. We would.
Oh, man.
But
That's
no, on
funny.
some real shit, like, people don't understand how they impact the world. They don't. Like, if she, like, you really should sit there and talk with her and tell her that shit.
No,
But,
I did. I had
like,
this many times.
But, like,
where-
you don't realize, like, she changed probably your entire life
Right.
by just, like, people don't get it. People don't see that shit.
No.
But, yeah, everyone smoked that shit. Thank you to everybody. And we're going to continue talking about it because you already know it was a big thing we did. January 21st, Therapy Without a Degree, the series. It's going to be dope. And this episode actually comes out January 4th. All right. This episode is the day after my birthday. So happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Okay.
How was it? Yeah.
32 years old. All right. So you guys already know. Was there anything else on your plate that you wanted to, before we close out?
No, I think the next time, probably maybe the next episode.
Okay.
The next episode. I'll
What was it?
mention
Give me a little teaser.
Oh, the future of the magazine. Yeah. So we'll get into that at the next episode.
Okay. Sounds like a plan, people. Therapy Without a Degree. I don't even know what episode this is because we've been gone for a few months.
Just insert it in post.
Insert right here.
Insert here.
We out here, people. Deuces.